guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Beth, and if you're new here, I hope you decide to stay. Today I'm going to be dressing Emberly and my ladybug. Mwah. Oh, I just kissed her and I have stuff on my lips. I'm sorry, baby girl. Goodness. Anyway, I don't know how good I'm gonna be at this, but after we get the girls dressed, or during, whichever, we're gonna be having a little talk. I mean, probably doing it during. Oh my gosh, excuse the mess in the background. God, I need to get that cleaned up. It feels a little bit better in here again, but yeah, I still got a little bit of stuff to clean up. Anyway, do I need to move back maybe a little bit because of that shadow? I don't know. Anyway, so let's go down so you can see Emberly. Take off her hair bow. Poor girl. I need, really bad, I need to get some glass beads ordered. I went ahead and put, probably shouldn't even say it, to make her heavier, I put some of like the bigger glass beads in her, and I think she's almost at the right weight now. I need different beads. We'll just say that. I need different beads. Does she look okay? Do I need to move? No. Move her that way a little bit. Is that better? Okay. Let's take your pacifier off, baby girl. It's been a while since we dressed Emberly, huh? Like you've had the same outfit on since we were at Mackenzie's house. So let's get this undone. Okay, guys, I was watching Melissa on Melissa Valentine's Nursery. That's one of the main channels I've been keeping up with. I keep up with her and Sandra, and usually rocking with Becca and Rebecca's Cloud Kids. Who else do I? Sienna. I keep up with, I try to anyway. But I am doing my makeup again, so it's getting kind of challenging trying to keep up with my makeup friends. How are we going to do this? And keep up with my baby friends. And I got to figure out something about the camera situation, because I did a video, I almost put it up on the wrong channel. And then when my video got uploaded, it already went live, and it wasn't supposed to, because it's not supposed to be up until Monday. But anyway, got that finally fixed. And gosh, I hope you can't hear that. Why did I undo this one? Because I'm going to leave this on. So, yeah, I was watching Melissa's channel, and she was talking about, why can't I get that in there? About positivity and building others up. Like, I want to start, and I know other channels have been talking about it too, and oh gosh, Country Cottage. Oh God, why can't I think of her name? Like, it's hard trying to keep up with everybody's names and everything, but Country Cottage And, well, I watched Sienna's video, her little bit of drama and stuff, and then the Country Cottage mentioned it, and yeah, I just want to talk about, like, you know, like I said, I'm not very good at this stuff. I don't understand why people, I mean, Sienna's situation is a little bit different than what I'm talking, I mean, kind of, sort of, a little bit different than what I'm talking about. It is, but it isn't. I'm going to be putting this on Emberly today, or trying it. I don't know how good it's going to fit. It's a 6-month romper, and it was $2.50. And it's originally from Shein. So we're going to see how good this fits, baby girl. But anyway, I don't understand why so many people have to be so negative. Like, I've had, and not very many, but I'm not that big either. You know, my channel's not that big. And this is a size 80, so I'm not sure how it's going to fit. So I'm not that big, so I don't have a lot of people coming by and checking out my channel. But there are, you know, a few negative comments every once in a while on my baby Lainey, which, I mean, to each his own. But do you have to, like, do you seriously have to come on and say something, like, if you don't like my baby? Like, I would like, would you do that? And I know it's a doll, but would you do that if it was someone's child? Like, to me, my kids are grown up. My baby, all my kids are my babies. My daughter she turned 39 and she will be 40 next year. She's still my baby and she loves it. You know, we've had our times, but she loves it when I call her my baby. And I love it when she calls me mama. But when someone say that about someone's child, like, oh my God, that's an ugly child. I don't understand. These are my babies now. I don't have, I mean, I do have my cats. And I don't have my, I used to have Chinese crested. I raised Chinese cresteds for a few years. I got my Gypsy Rose, and she had a few litters. We had sold one of her puppies out of, I believe it was like her second litter. Oh, this is gonna be tight, baby girl. Ended up getting that puppy back, and I am so glad that I did, because we ended up, it was terrible. She had a sunburn. Like, really, do you not realize that she is hairless? And I'm gonna put these socks on too. But she is hairless, and I'd already told the girl that, wow, this outfit, I don't know how long you're going to be wearing this, baby girl. I thought it'd be so, it is cute on her. I think it just needs to be, I don't know if a size bigger would be good, or which way do I need to turn this around? It's tight right there. But okay, then moving forward, we kept that puppy. It took me and my youngest son Dalton almost a year to get her skin. She was so badly burnt. She was so bad burnt. It took us almost a year to get her to where her skin was okay again. He would take turns with me. He loved it when I raised puppies when he was littler. And he helped me put lotion on her and give her baths and, you know, all that. Well, then we decided that I would try and have a few litters with her. So she had a couple litters, and I believe, I really do think, is this twisted? That it was her second litter that I got my Stella. And I had been wanting, if you ever watched The World's Ugliest Dogs, if you've ever seen those, their tongue hangs out. And I had been wanting one. Well, when she went into labor, it was early in the morning, and Dalton was getting ready for school. And I don't remember what number puppy she was. She wasn't the first. But when she popped out, oh my gosh, I was like, oh my God, this one I'm keeping. When she came out and she was still in her little sack, you could see her little tongue hanging out, and I was so excited. And I guess this kind of goes along with it too, because some people would say that, those are the ugliest dogs I've ever seen. And it would just, Stella, when she got older, well, she wasn't even really older. She was still a puppy. And I remember someone saying that, and she got tears in her eyes, just like, and she looked at me, and, baby girl, you are not ugly. To Mama, you are beautiful. And later on, after they got older, and I lived in my daughter's backyard for a little bit in my camper, her father-in-law, when he first saw them, he's like, oh my God, they're so beautiful. And he asked if they were Chinese cresteds, and I'm like, they were part Chinese crested, part Chihuahua. But when people would tell me that, like I said, to each his own, but please don't tell me my kids were grown up. Dalton was still younger, but not a baby. But for the longest time, those were my babies. Like, I could spoil them, and I'm just that kind of person. Like now, Cheyenne is living here, and the one dog is older. It was her mom's dog. Her mom passed away, and I'm starting to get attached to that dog. She's really getting attached to me too. We just took him for a ride earlier, and she didn't want to go at first. I think she thought they were going to go to the vet, and she thought that I wasn't going, and I kept telling her it's okay, because she would turn around and look at me when we were walking to the Jeep, like, it's okay, I'm going too. And the one reason that I got into reborns, Stella, I lost my Gypsy 2 years ago, and let me tell you, that dog, Dalton was there for me too. Reminds me of me and Melissa, with her divorce and breakup and stuff, and she has her son with her. Dalton was there for me. But my Gypsy was too. That poor dog, would sit and listen to me, when I was down, especially there in the beginning. I miss my dogs. I do. Like I said, I have 2 cats, but it's not the same as having a dog. They come in every once in a while, but my Gypsy and my Stella was always by me. And my friends on YouTube and my beauty community, they knew, how much they meant to me. And when people would say they were ugly and all this and that, it just, okay, some people think the breed's ugly, but I think mine too, they were beautiful. To me, they were beautiful. And Stella, even with her little tongue hanging out, she was just the cutest little thing to me. I've had other dogs that, why is your hair? That I was really close to, and when I picked out Gypsy, I had been talking to the person for a few weeks before they were born, talking to her, trying to decide if it just won't go on right. Her hair keeps getting, anyway, I talked to her for a couple weeks and decided that I thought I wanted one of her puppies. And then she emailed me, because this has been, oh gosh, 15 years ago, 16 years ago. I got her in 2007. So we talked back and forth, and when it came time for them to be due, I said, go ahead and send me some pictures of when the puppies are born. The very first picture she sent me was a picture of all the puppies, and they're laying, you know, they're all laying around and everything. And she sent me a picture of the top of their heads. And I was like, oh my gosh. Gypsy was a dapple, even though she didn't have hair all over her. Her hair was that silvery gray color, and then she had a darker color. I don't have any baby pictures because I had it on a computer, and that computer's long gone. But I told her from the very beginning, I asked, is that a female? Because I knew I wanted to breed later on, and I knew I wanted to start out with a female, because the female has to be, you know, old enough to breed and everything, and you don't want to get the male first, blah, blah, blah. So, and I saw Gypsy, the top of her head, and I was like, oh my gosh, is that a female? And she messaged back, emailed me back and said, yes. Well, I had said, if that one's a female, that's the one I want. And she's like, goodness, you haven't even seen what they look like. And she was a blue. Her skin was what they call a blue. And I was like, no, if that's a female, that's the one I want. Like, I can feel it. I don't care what she looks like. That's the one I want. So then she started sending pictures of their face and everything. And yeah, I just knew she was the one I wanted. So, and I even got her, which back then people did do that. I got her a week earlier than she should have came home. She was 7 weeks old. I was so excited. Do I want to hang this off your bow? I was so excited. We went to go get her, and it was a snowstorm, and the car, oh my gosh, it was a deal. My ex-sister-in-law worked at a Petro. She got to go into a restaurant on her first day. And I was just so excited. Oh my gosh. When we got there, she had a brother that was red, and he was gorgeous. And I was like, wait a minute. I think I like him too. But we came home with Gypsy. And so we get home that night, and she's just bouncing all over. We get in bed. She's bouncing like a little jumping bean. And she had a tongue as long as a giraffe. I laid down, and she jumped up on top of my chest, and she was licking all over me, and the next thing you know, her tongue is going straight up my nose, and I'm like, oh my God, I think she just touched my brain. But she just instantly became like my best friend. I was trying to think if we had any. I know I had a cat, and Dalton had a cat, and I did get Sobe from my niece, but I don't think we had any. I don't think so. I don't think we had any dogs. But okay, we're gonna switch babies. But anyway, she became my best friend. So then we had Stella, and Stella I knew I wanted her when I saw her tongue hanging out. That was something I wanted. And so the three of them, they were all like best friends. Like they always, Gypsy, Ellie May, and Stella Louise. It was Gypsy Rose. Gypsy Rose and Ellie May and Stella Louise were always together. Gypsy, I know it sounds gross, but Gypsy was the best mom. She, a next door neighbor, years later, gosh, how old was They, I had already stopped breeding and stuff. They all got fixed. Because we had those 3 dogs, and Dalton had his dog, and then I had a little Chihuahua that I rescued. All those dogs got fixed all on the same day. But anyway, a neighbor, a dog had come over once and went after Stella, and luckily, that was in the beginning of my breakup from Dalton's dad, and luckily this dog had come over, and I was in my first camper, and we had 26 acres, I think it was, 20-some acres, and I had my camper back, like, in the middle of the property, you know, out in the middle of the trees and everything, and this neighbor's dog, which was my kids, my older kids, this neighbor used to be their stepbrother. But anyway, this dog, other people had complained about this dog, and if it had gotten Stella, there's no way she would have survived. No way. And it was just, this was a medium-sized dog. I mean, Chinese crested dogs are, you know, they're little dogs. Gypsy was 13 pounds. Ellie was always around 11 pounds, and then Stella was always around 7 pounds. So this dog, and I wasn't saying anything at first because we had a couple of other neighbors' dogs come over, and as long as the dogs didn't do anything, you know, to like Dalton or, you know, whatever, I never said anything. But this dog saw Stella, started to go after Stella. Gypsy jumped in, and the dog got Gypsy. It just, oh my gosh, it got her. It went for her throat. For her throat. And I reported him. But nothing ever happened of that. Other people had reported them, saying, you know, the same thing, that dog had went, you know, and you know when they go after their throat, they mean business. Well, months later, after Gypsy she was healed up and doing a lot better. Look at that cute baby. Look at her. I don't understand why people, like, babies cry, and you can't always get a baby that's going to be as, you know, smiling, or, I don't know. I love my baby. So, a few months later, I had an RV given to me by Dalton's dad, and the camper that I had was tiny, and he had the RV, and he decided he wasn't going to do anything with it after he bought it, and he's like, if you want it, it's bigger, blah blah blah. So we were getting the barn. We had a horse barn for the horses and cows and stuff that were there previously. I just love all of her details. Like her belly button. I mean, this is a special baby that I had made for me, so to me she's extra, to me she is extra special. Her little umbilical cord and her little heart on her leg. And her little heel prick she has. But anyway, a few months later, we were in the barn. I was in the barn cleaning up and stuff, and I knew something was up because the dogs came into the barn, and we were messing around for a little bit, and I, you know, busy and everything, and then I look around and I'm like, all the dogs are in here but Ellie. And we didn't hear anything. Where the barn was, and then where my camper, my 2 campers, well, the camper and the RV, was a little bit of ways from the barn, and we didn't hear anything. And the dogs, I mean, they were kind of acting a little bit different, but I'm like, something's wrong because Ellie's not with them. Something's wrong. And my ex, of course, you know, him being him, oh, you know, whatever. No, something's wrong, because they always, all five would stay together. You know, they'd stray off a little bit here and there. I mean, they didn't ever stay in a little bitty group, but, you know, after a while, when the other ones aren't there, something's up. So finally, I'm like, I'm going to go look. I'm going to go see, you know, because I'd always leave the camper door open. Maybe she went inside, she's eaten. I'm going to put this little, I didn't know this had feet on it. We'll see if this fits. I'll put that on her, and then this little sleeper. Or the onesie, and then this little sleeper. So I go look, can't find her anywhere, you know, she's not in the camper. And I'm hollering for her and stuff, and then I started hearing a little bit of whining. Well, go over a little bit farther away from where the barn is, and that's why we couldn't hear her. Oh, darn, where is your plastic for your hands? I'll go ahead and put these on. Go over a little bit farther, and Ellie is laying in some weeds, and she's hurt. The next door neighbor had got her in her throat, and yeah, it was bad. It was worse than what Gypsy's was. Gypsy, even after she had healed, she always had little nodules on both sides of her neck that you could feel from where she was hurt. And so we hurry up, get to the vet, you know, she gets fixed up and everything. But she didn't make it. A few days later, you know, I wasn't getting much sleep, and then it was, gosh, I don't remember the sun wasn't quite coming up yet. And she, for the last couple of days, had been sleeping down at the foot of the bed, not being up with the other dogs and stuff. And I understood, you know, she just wanted to be by herself. She didn't feel good, and the other dogs respected that and stayed away from her. And in the middle, you know, she crawls up to me, and she cuddles really close. I mean, she knew. She knew. She cuddled up close, and I laid with her. And yeah. And I didn't realize after that, Dalton had one day, after that, I hadn't been sleeping in the bedroom. And Gypsy, she was so upset. She would go the way the camper, or the RV was, you could go in the bedroom and look out and see the driveway that was coming up to the little spot that I was in. Gypsy would get up on that bed. I mean, she still, sounds gross, but she was such a good grandma and a good mommy that she would still clean Ellie May's bottom when she would go to the bathroom. That she loved that girl. So Dalton one day, he's like, Mom, why, you know, you haven't been sleeping in the, and after he said that, it was like subconsciously I couldn't sleep in that bed, because that's where, you know. So anyway, I mean, that was a little bit off from what I wanted to talk about, but kind of sort of not. Everybody always said my babies were, you know, they're ugly, blah, blah, blah. And to me, they weren't ugly. Gypsy she was beautiful. You know, Ellie was a pretty girl. Stella was my Stella. She got her middle name because when she was little, we had a coffee table. She would run around when she was learning to walk, and she would bang her little head. She was so tiny. She was one of the littler ones. Not quite the rump, but, and she would bump her head. And one day, you know, a few days after I'd noticed her doing that, I'm like, geez Louise. And I was like, ooh, her name is going to be a lot of times I would name, I put the wrong leg on. A lot of the times I would give them middle names. So that was Stella's middle name. The girl that had gotten Ellie, she named her Ellie May. So we kept her name because she was already, how old when we got her back? Maybe 6 months, somewhere around in there. So, of course, she kept her name. But, so Stella's middle name was Stella Louise. Like, geez, Louise, you're gonna knock your brains out. And she was so upset. You know, she got really depressed too whenever Gypsy was gone. And not sure what happened. I don't know. Like a year later, I mean, we expected Dalton's dog, you know, around the timeline that she made it way longer. I kept telling Dalton, you know, when he started getting older and stuff, he was in, what grade was he in? Kindergarten, maybe, when he got Ellie. And he would say things from time to time, and I'm like, you know, about the time you get to be getting ready to graduate and stuff, you know, it's, you know, she'll be at that age. Where does this snap to? This has got snaps on it. Oh, here they are. So, you know, this one go here. But she lasted longer than we thought. And then suddenly, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right around 2 weeks, Stella got, like, she was down. She finally got to where she would kind of snuggle and stuff with Katie, but she still missed her Gypsy. You could tell, you know, she'd have her happy moments, but you could still tell that she missed her grandma. And I know she could tell that I missed her grandma, you know, sad. And there's another little snap in here. Where's it go? Where does it go? I don't know. Wow, this would be hard to put on a baby. I'm loving it on her, but this would be hard to put on a baby, especially in the middle of the night. Like, this wouldn't be a middle of the night outfit. I can't find another little thing. But, yeah, a few weeks after Stella, or after Katie, she had took her to the vet and everything, and me and Larry had went somewhere, I don't know. I had been taking Stella everywhere with me, but I didn't want to stress her out and stuff when she wasn't feeling good, so left her home, came back. I think we ran to Menards, and, you know, it wasn't gone a whole long time. But by the time we got back, she had, I don't know if I want to leave those on or not. Does that go with that outfit? I mean, it's kind of got those colors in there. Yeah, it was like she almost waited for us to get back home, me to get back home. I sat and held her. We were trying to decide what to do, and I'm like, I just, you know, I think she's just ready. So, sat and held her and told her it was okay. And so anyway, the moral of the story, I had gotten one of my dolls. We went to a rummage sale, and I found Summer. was like, oh my gosh, there's a doll. You know, didn't know if it was a reborn or what it was, but I was like, there's a doll for $5. And Larry's like, is that a good deal? And I'm like, yes. So I went ahead and grabbed it. And I had a doll before. I had 2 dolls. I had a Natasha. That's makeup. A Tasha Edenholm doll. I always forget the sculpt. Was it Emma? Something like that. She was a crier. And everybody always thought, you know, ew, why would you want that doll? I would love to have that doll again if I could find her. She was in my camper, and when I went back once to go get her, you know, of course she's gone. The ex, not sure what he did with her. Probably gave her to somebody. I don't know. She was a Christmas gift to me, but yeah, him being him again, she was gone. So, yeah, and I had a crier doll that I got from, where did I get her from? My daughter Amy has her now. We were talking about her not too long ago, and she still has her. She was a crier. She's porcelain, and she had tears. And then I have a few other porcelain dolls that are criers. I don't know. Something draws me to the criers. Oh, look at you. You're precious. So, I mean, I like the cute ones too. You know, sometimes I like the ones that kind of, I like different ones. I like different ones. How many dolls do I actually have? I mean, not a lot of people, not a whole lot of people. I'm going to come up now. Not a whole lot of people have, that I see when I watch videos and stuff, not a whole lot of people have, gosh, I've been on here for half an hour. This could be one of my longer videos. The 3-month awake Joseph, or 3-month asleep, he's asleep, Joseph, that I watch. And then the other one that I have, you know, I mean, a lot of people collect that one. But then my pickle sculpt, I want to kind of try and put her up here too. I'll probably do that in a little bit. I'm gonna move this out of the way without knocking you over. So yeah, I'll put your binky on. My hands hurt so bad. So the other sculpt that I have that's popular is the pickles. My other dolls, I mean, I guess my Tink would be another popular one, but I don't see a whole lot of people on that I watch. I don't see a whole lot of people with Tink. So I have her, Ivy. I forgot about her. I guess I could have done her in here too. Where are we going to put this? But I don't understand, for the most part, you know, I don't see anybody else that has babies that aren't cute in their own way. I think everybody that I watch and whatever, I don't think I've seen a video, even with people I don't watch regularly, if I stop and watch their video, I don't think in my mind, oh my gosh, that's a terrible looking doll, and I have to say something. I don't get it. Weren't people taught when they were little, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything nice at all? Her looks adorable. I don't know. I don't understand. No, I don't understand. Maybe she's not everybody's cup of tea, but she's my cup of tea. And I know I always say that. And maybe it would be easier to go ahead and get Ivy too than trying to pick her up. But yeah, this whole video is supposed to be me talking about, or what I got inspired from Melissa talking about, like building each other up. I think that I want to start, I mean, other people have talked about it, so maybe it's not really starting anything, and she talked about it, but how people start, you know, a tag and everybody will dress their babies in the same outfits, or, you know, the animals on them are different colors or stuff. Everybody should come on and start talking about spreading positivity and building each other up. You know, men like dolls. I don't know. If you're a man and you like dolls, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, can we be friends? I've taken my dolls a couple times to family functions. The main reason I haven't lately is because my one granddaughter, she's 4, and she always wants to play with my babies, and she gets a little rough. I did when I first got Emberly, my pickle sculpt. I took her to, it was for Mother's Day. We had a Mother's Day cookout, and I took her because I wanted her to see her, but she was kind of rough with her. She was, and I probably should have said no, but I let her go take her on they have a little swing, so she put her on the swing and she played with her, but just a second, I'm gonna go grab Ivy. Because she's right here. And the girls, they dressed her up so stinking cute. I think Mackenzie dressed her. Oh my gosh, is she not adorable? I should really do. I got her from Andrea. Thinking about my other friend. Her hair's sticking up. I'm gonna spray a little stuff on your hair. I love this outfit on her. Kind of wish I had another little girl, because I have another outfit. I don't remember what color it is. It's just like this. That came with her from Aunt. Oh, she's so cute. She's so cute. I would love to have a silicone of her. Oh, yes, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. I'll spray your hair a little bit. Like build each other up. At the same, studying around here, at the same Mother's Day cookout we had, my daughter's boyfriend that she has a son with, Andrew, AJ, he brought, and I forgot how old he is. He's 30 something, you know, he's in his mid 30s. I think he's younger than my daughter Tabitha. But he brought his remote control car. And my oldest son, his wife kind of looks at me funny when I bring my dolls around, because sometimes we'll go over there, you know. Well, I haven't really lately, but we'll go over there and I'll bring a baby with me, you know, one of the cheaper babies, so Harper can play with it or whatever. And yeah, well, which my son, both sons, kind of look at me like, really, Mom? Like, yes, like I don't have my dogs anymore. It makes me feel, especially in the store, I've been having such bad anxiety and panic attacks, like going to Walmart and Save Lot. It doesn't matter where I go, if it's for groceries, because I've gained weight back since I've been with Larry. I had a problem with my gallbladder, had to have that taken out, and I lost a lot of weight because I got so bad I couldn't even, like, water was bothering me. So let's see how we're gonna do this. So yeah, Scott brought his remote control car, and he's in his 30s. Why? I'm 57 years old. Why can't I bring, if it makes me feel, not that I can't hold my grandkids on my lap, but Michaela, Harper's older sister, used to always be attached to me whenever I would come around or whatever. And she's older now. So, I really don't have. And Courtney is 18 now, and she's going to have a baby in December. I'm excited. I was a little shocked at first, but I'm going to be a great grandma in December. So, yeah, if he can bring his remote control. I don't think anybody said anything to Scott about him bringing his remote control car. He was having a good old time. They have a sidewalk that, one of the broken sidewalks, and they slant up. He was using that for a ramp, and they were having a good time. Some of the girls were watching, but the grandsons, they thought it was cool. They watched him. They thought it was neat and everything. And, a couple of my granddaughters, the older ones haven't really said a whole lot about it, but, some of the younger ones like when I bring my babies around. And if the adults don't like it, oh well. Ivy's got to get more screen time, huh? Yeah, hers got to get more screen time. Now, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand why people have to. Families, I guess family's one thing, oh, that's a little weird. Why are you bringing that to a family get-together or whatever? But when you're out, I've watched people's videos. They take, I was on Facebook, and it was in one of the doll groups that I'm in. I left the pickle group. I was quiet about it. I didn't want to be quiet. I was in there, I was happy to be in there, whatever. Can't say proud. I was happy to be in there. I was excited. It was right before I had gotten my pickle, so I was waiting on her. And then I got added to like a side chat where you can go in and chat and stuff. And I was like, everybody wasn't in there chatting. Everybody hadn't been added to it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I haven't really been in the doll community very long, but, this is a cool group. But then they got to talking about, the fake pickle. And just, I had to leave. I did. And I talked to another friend here on YouTube, and she left too. I guess she left right before I did, and she said she left silently too. She didn't say anything. Why does it make any difference where you buy your doll from? And I know it's been heard before, but going to the grocery store, okay, some people probably do. They have the nice cars. They probably get, the more expensive food or whatever. But, whenever we can, there's some things that I like spending a little bit more money and getting the nicer. And, she's not really. I got her for a really good price. So, Andrew, you have no idea how much I love this baby. I love both babies. You can see her sissy, which I really don't keep them together anymore, but you can see her sissy that she came with. I love these. I love these babies. I think she's cute too. I don't really like how I did her hair, but she looks cute in this dress. And I got a really good deal on both of them. I'm gonna lay you up there like that. But she can be, I mean, for some people, I've seen $400, $500, $600, and she's a tinier baby. She's 17 inches. I think she's right around the same as what Lainey is. I think she's 17 inches, because then I have the one that I got to be her kind of little twin. He's around 15 inches. So, yeah. What's up, baby? Whew. I'm sweating and lightheaded. It's kind of warm in here. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Why be rude on other people's channels? If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything. I'm going to lay you down. You're so pretty in that outfit. Yeah, just be positive and build each other up and say nice things. And if you're on someone's channel and you really don't care for their doll, I mean, can't you at least say, you know, have a nice day or good chat or something? Can't you say something positive, or just don't say anything? You know, not that I'm monetized. I may not ever be monetized, but I mean, people, you do realize when you come on and make a rude comment or a thumbs down or something, it's still helping it's still engagement. So it's still helping. It's watch time. It's helping with their watch time. And even if you get a thumbs down, it's considered engagement. So, oh, what I was going to say about the YouTube, or about the Facebook group, someone had finally decided she was going to take her doll out for a walk, and somebody had came by and said something, you know, how old's the baby, I think it was, and she told them it was a doll, and they just treated her like crap. They made her feel bad. She came home and got on Facebook and in the group, and you know, a few people told her, gave her a few hints, like next time you want to take your baby out for a walk, put a blanket over, put a blanket over the top of the stroller so they can't see. I had Ivy at Walmart with me, and my daughter-in-law's cousin was in the store with her girlfriend, and I don't know if it was a girlfriend's family, if it was her mom or whatever, but her cousin came up to me, and I had I had Ivy in my arms, and I had a blanket so that I could take it if I wanted to and cover up a little bit, but I could still see her face so I could look at her. And she ran up to me. She's like, oh my God, why didn't you tell me? Did you have, and I was like, smiling and stuff. And then I was like, no, look. And, well, she looked before I said no. And she's like, oh my God. Oh my gosh. She's so cute. She was all dressed up in pink and whatever. And she's like, oh my God, how adorable. And I smiled and said, it's a doll. And she's like, what? And I was like, it's a doll. And she's like, no, that's not. And I'm like, yeah, feel. And she felt her, and she's like, Beth, why are you carrying a doll? It's like, because I want to. And I don't have my Stella anymore. And it comforts me. I don't know what it is. I mean, I loved having Stella in the store with me. Like I said, I got to where I'd take her everywhere. It didn't matter where we went. Well, then her girlfriend was around the corner. She came around, and she came up, almost did the same thing. She's like, did you have a baby? Oh my God, congrats, blah, blah, blah. And Larry wasn't with me. He doesn't really like to talk and kind of shy and stuff. So he went off and did what he was looking for. And she's like, oh my God, did you have a baby? Congrats, blah, blah, blah. And I looked at her and smiled. And then Ashley's cousin kind of looked at her and smiled. She wanted to see, so I let her see, and she's like, oh, she's so precious. And I was like, thank you. And then her mom, it was somebody on a motorized cart, and they didn't introduce me or anything. But anyway, I'm like, it's a doll. And she did the same thing. She's like, what? Like, it's a doll baby. It's a reborn. And later on, whenever we went over to Kevin and Ashley's, because I asked, I was like, did Mackenzie tell you that she saw me in Walmart one day and I had the doll with me? And she's like, oh yeah, she told me about that. That she thought that was a little weird. You were walking around with a doll in the store, but I was like, I don't have my Stella anymore. And I got to where I loved taking Stella in the store with me, and people, I guess people did whenever I was taking Stella in the store with me, people would say she was cute. I had a dog carrier, kind of like a baby carrier, but it's a little bit different. It's just got where the head can stick out or whatever, and then it had a slit in it to where you could put your hand in there, and that made Stella so comfortable and stuff. She would just, at first, the first couple of times I took her, she'd be really nervous, but a lot of times people didn't even know I had a dog with me. So yeah, I just don't get it. I don't get it. If you don't like because people's got something and you don't like it, just don't say anything. Build people up. Be nice. In the beauty community, I mean, it really does. There are more that I've seen, more mean people in the reborn community. And I don't even remember who I commented. I told them, I'm like, I'm almost scared to start a reborn channel because of what other people are gonna say. Like, what are they gonna say? I don't want mean comments. I'm on medication for depression and anxiety, and I'm better now, and I'm older, 57. So for the most part, I don't care what people say. If you come on here and you think that my Lainey is ugly, okay, then, just like I say, she's not your cup of tea. Move along. Go ahead. Be gone. I want one of those. Have you ever seen the tumbler that says, bitch be gone? It looks like Lysol. And I don't know if you can get them in different colors. I think it's pink. And it actually looks like a Lysol can. And it says, it's bitch be gone. We need some of that in this community. Bitch be gone. But yeah, this community can be really, really mean. Like, okay, maybe it's not, people necessarily in the community. Well, it is people in the community. But, I don't know. I guess I could go on like this for a long time. And maybe I really do. I need to do a live. Maybe I could come on here. I'm not really sure of how I want to do it yet and what day I want to do it on. I was thinking Sundays. But maybe we should come on here and I could bring somebody on with me and we can talk and chat and yeah, talk about positivity, positivity and bringing each other up. And yeah, I love you guys, and I'm just rambling on. Can't everybody be nice? Not everybody be friends, but be friendly. And I love you guys. Remember, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Tell little Ivy goodbye. Say goodbye. I see you guys later. Bye. Bye-bye. And let's tell Lainey goodbye, because I know so many of you want to tell her goodbye. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Another really, she's a full silicone. So I love holding, most of my dolls. I don't really hold the ones that aren't really reborns. Because a lot of them really don't. That's what I like about them, because they look like real children. Real babies. And the ones, like, you know, if they don't really look like a real baby, then I don't really, it's the real baby part of it. And real babies do cry. They do. Not that I like it. I do like, you know, you walk through Walmart and you hear the baby, like a brand new baby cry. It's like, oh, I love to hear when a brand new baby cries, just because they're all new and they smell good. And yeah, Lainey is like, I love my little tink. I love her. You can ask Andrea. I held her so much when I first got her. I mean, I held them both, but yeah, I would love to have a silicone like her. But the main thing that I like about her, that I love about her, is that she feels like holding a real baby. Like, she moves. Some of the other ones, you know, they do. They move like real babies, but this is so different. So different. You can put her like this, and it sounds like, oh, it sounds like a real baby. Someone had commented one time, like, and I think I've had a couple comments like that. Well, I wouldn't want a baby like that because you can't soothe her. Well, sweetheart, you can't smooth. I can't talk. You can't soothe the doll anyway. I mean, it's not like she's gonna quit crying, or you're making the dolls happy. You know, it's not because they're not smiling because they're happy. They're dolls. They're dolls. I love to hear that. I will sit and go in the living room, sit in the rocking chair and just pat her and just watch TV. Sometimes hold her and pat her on her bottom. I love that diaper noise. Like, oh, it's a real baby. And look at her. She just, oh, I cannot wait. Melissa, if you're watching, oh my gosh, I cannot wait. Can't wait. I would almost like to have that sculpt too, but it's little. I can't wait. I want to see how how the baby looks when you're, you know, holding it. And he is a little bit, not, I don't know, he's littler, so I'm excited to see what kind of clothes you're going to get for him. Because I asked Jenny Jill, right after you'd said that you had got the Luna sculpt, I messaged her and asked her what she does for clothes, and she said she normally, I'm sure though, it's probably expensive. I'm sure you could probably find like the micro preemie clothes. I think I looked a little bit, but that baby's so, that sculpt is so cute. The way my hands are, I kind of thought I would like to have one of her Bennett's. She has a Bennett. I always forget how big he is. I think he's like 23 inch. I want to say he is. He's like 23 inches. He's like a 3-month-old size. So he would be as long as a pickle. And I can't remember how much he weighs, like 10, 11 pounds or something. I would love to have a silicone that big. And she doesn't have bad, I mean, not for silicone. He's not a bad price. He's like he's right at 3,000. But that's, I don't know how much it is because she charges to put armatures in. And I don't really know if I'd want armatures. I don't know. I am looking at I know I'd already said goodbye, but someone has a Kimbrey baby, and it has armatures, but it has a drinking wet. It's the Skylar, and I would really like to have her, but I don't know if I really want to ask Larry for another one so quick, that because Kimbrey's babies, I mean, they're only just a little over 1,000 too. But I mean, he's been, you know, he doesn't have to give me all these babies and stuff. I appreciate it. I do. And I can't wait. We are going to make the last payment this weekend on a baby. And I'm not sure when we're going to be, I I don't know if maybe that'll be a Christmas baby, or if I'm going to get a Christmas baby, or maybe a birthday baby. There's one that I want to have, because I did find one like half the price of the one that I can have custom made. So I'm not sure if I want to buy that one, the one that's custom, or the one that's custom made, or the one that I found that's half price. It comes with a huge box opening, and she's cute. I mean, I don't know. But silicone is just, it's the best if you can get one. And Jenny Jill, she's not that expensive. She's not. I don't know if she's going to be doing any more of the, I don't know a whole lot of people. A lot of people, though, she's sold quite a bit of these. I don't know exactly how many she's sold, but they always sell out. She makes at least 4 at a time, and every time she makes them. So somebody likes them, they just don't show them on YouTube. I have seen Jenny Jill babies. I have to go back and watch again because I like watching her videos of, well, not her videos, but people buying her babies and showing them and stuff. There was one lady that had quite a few of them, but you don't see her videos anymore. So, but anyway, over an hour and 6 minutes, and this was a good chat. It was a little bit off from what I mean, it was, like I said, it was, but it wasn't. Bring each other up and be nice to people. You know, be nice to people. I like being in the store or somewhere and saying something nice to someone and they just get a smile on their face, like telling them I love their hair. When I see someone that has their hair colored, you know, like, I love your hair, and just the smile it puts on their face, you know, and it puts smiles on my face whenever I read nice comments. And I hope it does when I comment on other people's videos. You know, sometimes it's just a, hey, I'm here. You know, I may not comment on the baby. Just telling them that I'm here, supporting them or whatever. But I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.